Who wrote Hebrews? Did you know I did not even know until 2014 that the book of Hebrews was about us, the children of Israel and their descendants? Matter of fact, I didn't even know the whole Bible was about us. And I've read the Bible many times, but I remember being in church and I remember hearing all kind of stuff, but I just didn't connect. It was like a disconnect. And I had an encounter with Yahuwah, and he says, baby, daughter, it's about you. It's about my people. It's about my covenant people, my chosen people. And you need to tell them what I'm telling you to wake them up, because once they find out the truth, they're going to realize just how much they are loved and that they can have everything they want. I'm their king. I'm their everything. Let me tell you, let's talk about the book of Hebrews, because I love reading this book. And we're going to break it down, context from Sefer and the original Hebrew understanding, the historical text and background. I love history, trust me. And we're going to do some precepts upon precept in Isaiah 28:10. And we're going to expose how Christianity falsely uses this to claim they've replaced Israel. Okay, who wrote Hebrews and who was it for? It was written to Hebrew Israelites who believed in Yahushua HaMashiach, not Christians or Gentiles. The book was addressing Israelites who were steeped in Levitical priesthood, temple sacrifices, and the Mosaic covenant. It was never written to replace Israel, but to explain how Yahushua fulfills the priestly order of Melchizedek, not Levi. Hebrews 9:11 through 28 in the Sefer context. Let's now divide and examine precept upon precept. Hebrews 9:11, the Sefer. But Messiah, being come a high priest of good things to come, by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building. Precepts. Exodus 25:40. The earthly tabernacle was a pattern of the heavenly one. Hebrews 8:2. Yahushua is the high priest of the true tabernacle that Yahuwah pitched. Yahushua didn't enter a man-made temple like Levi's son did. He entered the heavenly realm to mediate a better covenant for Israel. Hebrews 9:12 through 14. Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us. The precepts, Leviticus 16:15 through 17. On Yom Kippur, the high priest entered with the blood for atonement of Israel. Isaiah 53:10, Yahushua is the suffering servant who poured out his soul as an offering for sin. The us here is Israel, not Gentile nations. He redeemed Israel from the curse of the law. Galatians 3:13, not to replace Israel, but to restore her. Hebrews 9:15, and for this cause he is the mediator of the renewed covenant, that by means of death they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. The precept, Jeremiah 31:31. The renewed covenant is made with the house of Israel and Yehudah, not Gentiles. Romans 9:4. To whom pertains the covenants and the promises. The renewed covenant is not with the church. It is a restoration of the original blood covenant with Israel. Gentiles may join, but they do not replace Israel. Hebrews 9:16 through 17. Where a covenant is, there must also be the death of the testator. Historical precept, Genesis 15:9 through 18. In ancient Hebrew law, a blood covenant was sealed and confirmed with death. Yahushua, the testator, sealed the renewed covenant with his blood. This means the covenant was confirmed, not canceled. Hebrews 9:22. And almost all things are by the Torah purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. Precepts, Leviticus 17:11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood. It is the blood that makes atonement. Exodus 24:8. Moshe sprinkled the blood on the people and said, this is the blood of the covenant. Christianity reads this and says, we're under grace now. But this is Hebrew priestly language, and it's about the atonement for the sins of Israel, just like on Yom Kippur. Hebrews 9:24-28. Mz.JudahQueen is not entered into the holy place made with hands, but into heaven itself to appear in the presence of Elohim for us. Precept, Isaiah 53:12. He intercedes for the transgressors. Daniel 7:13-14. He comes to the Ancient of Days to receive a kingdom and dominion for the saints of the Most High, not the church. Verses 28 says he will appear a second time to them that look for him. This refers to the remnant of Israel, not just modern believers in religious systems. The false Christian interpretation. Christianity teaches, see, Yahusha died, so now the church replaces Israel. The old covenant is done away, and we're under grace now. But that's not what Hebrew 9 says. It says Yahusha is high priest of Israel. His blood atoned for the transgression under the first covenant. He is mediating a renewed covenant with Israel and Judah. The sacrificial law is fulfilled, but the Torah is not abolished. Matthew 5:17. So the historical truth. The early followers of Yahushua were Hebrew Israelites, not Christians. The church as a Gentile system developed centuries later under Rome Constantine. Replacement theology saying the church is the new Israel is a lie from the Catholic system, not from Scripture. So the final word is Hebrew 9 is a prophetic fulfillment, not a transfer of identity. In Romans 11:1, Yahuwah has not cast away his people whom he foreknew. In Galatians 3:29, if you are Messiah's, then you are Abraham's seed. In Isaiah 59:20, the Redeemer shall come to Zion unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob. Christianity has misused Hebrew 9 to erase Israel, justify lawlessness, promote a Greek Messiah instead of Yahushua, hide the covenant of blood with Jacob's seed. But you know the truth now. Open up your ears. Listen. Please research these scriptures that I'm giving you. And the remnant must return to the covenant, the law, the identity, and back to the name of Yahuwah, our Most High.